Hello and welcome to the Dr. Grant Show. 3 easy steps to achieve fit, ageless fabulousness. If you're a woman over 40, before you say anything, you are not too old for this. Hi, my name is Dr. Kirsten Grant, and I am a woman over 40 who has been there. It's all about the secrets. Here are 3 easy steps to achieve fit, ageless fabulousness if you are a woman over 40. Now, there are a lot of fitness programs out there that are designed for people in their 20s and 30s, but what if you're over 40? For those of you that don't know me, my name's Dr. Grant, and today we're going to talk about how this episode will benefit you. You see, there are many women over 40 who struggle with wanting healthier lifestyles, looking better in their clothes or lack thereof, having more energy, even losing weight if they could just get on track again. But problem is that our age adds responsibilities, which makes everything difficult, including achieving fitness goals through eating right or exercising regularly. Until now, I give you 3 easy steps to achieve fit and agelessness. Let's go. I hope these tips help make things easier. So don't hesitate any longer. Start your journey towards fit fabulousness today. Here's what we will cover. Step 1, don't compare yourself to others. Focus on being the best version of yourself. Step 2, exercise regularly and eat healthy foods to feel your best. Step 3, embrace aging gracefully. It's a natural process that everyone goes through. Wait, scratch that. New step 3, identify your triggers and work with someone to help you reduce the neurological and energetic response to stress. All right, so let's go. Let's deep dive into step number 1. Don't compare yourself to others. Just focus on being the best version of yourself. This includes comparing yourself to your 20-ish something, 30-ish something version of yourself. That chick no longer exists. I'm not saying this to be mean nor facetious. I'm saying it because it is a reality. If you keep comparing yourself to the 20-ish version of you, the 30-ish version of you, who was in an entirely different neurological place, mindset place, energetic place, physical place, you're not stacking the deck in your favor. You're also not being fair to yourself. I know social media is prevalent, but when we are comparing ourselves even to social media influencers and celebrities that have personal chefs, that have tons of time to work out because someone else is cleaning the toilets and someone else is cleaning their house and feeding the kids, we are not comparing apples to apples. We must hone and create the reality for ourselves that works for ourselves, that makes us the victor. So, perfect case in point and example. For the longest time, I was comparing myself and Beyonce. Now, maybe I have hair like Beyonce, but my life is not like hers. Not yet. We both have children in common. I have 2. She has more than 2. We both have a husband. Awesome sauce. But my bank account's still catching up to hers. But I'm coming for you, girl. I'm coming for you. But let me illuminate some things for you that it took me a long time to finally come to the realization of. And I will share with you why this is so important. I used to own a fitness company many moons ago. We performed I was on television. I won competitions. I was on America's Got Talent. I was on WGN-TV News. What people don't know under that 2-pack app, I succeeded in getting 2-pack, never 6. I had succeeded at getting just a 2-pack app. And what people didn't know was between the fitness classes and teaching those, 2-hour fitness classes, okay, practice and rehearsal with my team, performances, and just regular personal workouts to ensure I had the stamina, I was working out 20 hours a week. Now, we'll fast forward. Fast forward to now. I love exercise. It makes it easy for me to embrace an exercise routine because I genuinely love it. I love the feel, the sweat. I crave it. However, I am now, many years later, 2 kids in, and a husband. And my company has gone in a different direction. We're no longer doing live performances or anything like that. Okay, so I am not working out 20 hours a week. What is the point of my story, people? And how does this apply to you? Why should you care? Because I want to save you and spare you from making the same mistake that I made. I kept trying to get back to that 2-pack abs, just 2, and I realized something. The way my life is now, I am not going back to working out 20 hours a week. If you look at one of Beyonce's interviews or documentaries, you'll notice that she even mentions the amount of time she spends on rehearsal. This is outside of the performance. How many hours she spends on her own personal workout. All culminating to a fantastic blockbuster performance. All of that takes time and burns a Herculean amount of energy. What is my point? My point is this. The 20-ish version of you compared to the 40-ish version of you had, I'd be willing to wager, a different lifestyle, which allowed for or didn't allow for certain things. Now that we have more responsibility now compared to when we were in our 20s, we must decide what works for us. I could go back and get a 2-pack ab, maybe even 6 if I wanted to. Ooh la la. However, I realized something. What I have more as a priority for me is being a good mother to my children, being a good wife, providing nutritious meals to my children. Most of the time, if I could just get them to eat some vegetables, maybe you're in my boat. Anyway, I would enjoy working out 20 hours a week. However, that 20 hours would come at the sacrifice and to the detriment of those things. Having a somewhat cleaner house. So I realized after some deep soul searching that my objective and my priorities were different from 20-ish version of me. I realized that maybe I don't need 2-pack or 6-pack or even 3-pack abs. Now, I don't want to rock a keg, and maybe you don't either. But defining what does looking good to you mean? Does it mean you have to have 6-pack abs? Upon further reflection, you may find that you're on my team, that you don't. But you would maybe like to look a little bit more toned. Maybe just look a little bit better when you look yourself in the mirror naked. But it doesn't have to mean that you have to have super buff Herculean arms like the biggest bodybuilder ever. And you don't have to have that 6-pack ab. Maybe it's just a little bit of a perkier rump. These are workable. Maybe it's increasing your endurance so that you can play with your children and not be wiped out at the end of the day. Maybe it's increasing your strength and your body mobility and flexibility so when you drop it like it's hot, you're able to get back up again. Once again, it's imperative to define what brings you joy. What do you see yourself doing right now here at this stage? Any one of us in our 40s could force and push and squish our body into a workout and regimen and diet, even though I'm not a fan of that word, but a diet that will cut out enough fat to trim our body fat down so that the abdominal muscles can show through. We could all cut out enough calories and put our bodies into a state of deprivation so that we can drop weight. But that is not the mantra nor our goal. And it's extremely stressful on the body. Shift your goal. Focus on being the best version of yourself in light of your priorities. Find out what that means. I've talked to clients and said that they just really wanted to feel more comfortable wearing something with their arms out. Okay, so that doesn't mean that we have to have bodybuilder arms. It just means that we might want to work on some exercises that help increase the muscle here and at the same time incorporate a cardio form of exercise that you find enjoyable to begin to burn the fat. And then your arms will naturally begin to tone and shine through. And then maybe it's a matter of wardrobe, for example, and finding certain pieces that accentuate your arms until you're more comfortable with allowing your arms to show. There are such things as 3/4 sleeves, guys. It doesn't always have to be the super short sleeve or tube top or something. I hope you get my point. Learn from my mistakes and my errors where I thought that I needed to return to the 20-hour workouts in order to return to a certain weight on the scale. When I really began to examine it, I began to realize that I'm perfectly healthy, but if you're not perfectly healthy according to your doctor and blood test, then work on just simply moving the needle to become healthier inside. Work on your mindset. What is it that you truly, truly want? What brings you joy? The stress of your life in a lot of cases is what's causing you to binge and emotionally eat or nighttime binge. And after you binge and deal with the shame and disappointment of that, who feels like working out? Who feels like embracing a workout or some form of joyful movement with any joy at all? So I digress, but hopefully you get the point. Identify right now 3 things that would make you feel like the best version of yourself. Identify in those 3 things, what would your body be doing in that better version of you? Is she able to dance on the dance floor and live it up and still wake up the next day energetic instead of reaching for some form of pain relief? Would she be able to drop it like it's hot and come back up again? I'm giving you fun examples, but the key here is to find out what is your priority. Would she be able to get on the floor, play with her children, and be able to get back up again without needing assistance? Once again, these are all examples. One last example. We're beginning to return to the office now as of the time of this episode. Would she be able to take the stairs up to maybe the 3rd or 4th floor instead of taking the elevator because it's taken too long, without becoming a complete sweaty mess and really feeling like she needs to lay down afterwards? Once again, find out what that version is of you. Take all the time you need. press pause for this episode, put it on replay, close your eyes, hear what you hear, see what you saw, feel what you felt when you are the best version of yourself. And when you do this, you will unlock exactly what the solution is to your life. All right, step number two, let's deep dive into this. Exercise regularly and eat healthy foods to feel your best. Well, I can tell you, but I can show you a whole lot better. Let me cover right now 3 exercises that can help you actually feel your best if you're over the age of 40. Now, step 3, embrace aging. Oh, gracious, no, not embrace aging gracefully. I have seen so many wellness articles say this about embracing aging gracefully, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here and make a strong statement. No, just no. I am not, hear me roar and roar with me, I am not embracing aging gracefully. No, because what that does is that it tells your body and your mind that every ache and pain that you feel every time you're feeling a little bit like unmotivated to do your workout or any form of joyful movement, that it's all right because it's all a natural part of aging. So I say, let's stomp our foot here, draw a line in the sand, and really get into what the bleep is the problem, okay? And what's really standing in the way of you becoming your best version of yourself. So step 3, identify your triggers and work with someone to help you reduce the neurological and energetic response. What do I mean by that? You see, we're 40 now, everybody. We're over the age of 40. We have responsibilities, but with those responsibilities comes a great level of insight and joy. However, from that insight comes a shift in mindset, and it's extremely easy to become triggered by certain things, get stressed out by certain things, and not even really know why. When you work with someone that is knowledgeable in energetic psychology, EFT tapping, for example, accessing the subconscious mind, psychology tools such as NLP, which is known as NLP, known as neuro-linguistic programming. These tools, when combined together by a trained and qualified and certified practitioner that you vibe with, can actually help you quickly hone in and laser in on life's disappointments and equip you with the tools that you need at the time that you need, and customize and tailor something for you that will help you identify what that neurological response is and understand the consequences of it energetically as to how and why you may be holding on to weight. For example, lots of clients that I talk to and ladies that I talk to, and some men, want to know how to get rid of menopausal belly or a muffin top. And aside from the amount of calories that you may be consuming, there is also an energetic reason, a bioenergetic reason that you may be holding weight on and in that area. Certain pains may be keeping you from performing certain body movements and exercises. Yes. If you've had an accident, for example, that's different, and an injury. But there are bioenergetic reasons that have been proven by science to exist as to the reason why those pains exist. And these pains come a lot of the time due to things that have happened in your life that have begun to build and build and build. And it's almost like a cup of water that is running over because it's overstuffed and no one has found a trap door, so to speak, to help empty off those emotions so that your body can flow and function in a way that nourishes you and lifts you up. So imagine if you had an entire system at your feet. Imagine if you had someone that could guide you through using peer-reviewed, scientifically based principles, but they're customized and tailored just for you, that covers everything. Mindset, number one, so we can identify what your triggers are, because really nothing will stick until we identify that. And once we identify that, we help you begin to terraform your life. Not painfully, quite easily, because you've got a guide. So you're not trying to go with this alone. It's different than reading a book or watching a show, which is very helpful. But you're going to come to the point where you've gone as far as you can go. And then that's when you're going to need some personalized help and assistance. So once we go through the mindset, the psychology, then we can begin to lean in the direction of food and finding out what food really works for you. And your body will be open to it and embrace it and crave it. And then we work with your fitness. Imagine how your life would change if you could sit in the same room as your temptation food, or sit in the same room with that person that normally would trigger you and drive you crazy and would normally make you wind up eating or binging. Imagine being able to get on a conversation, a phone call with that person, or a Zoom call with that coworker that normally made you miserable, and you are just fine. How would that feel? Talk about stepping into your power. I am talking about more than stepping into your power. I'm talking about stepping in it. I'm talking about wading in it. I'm talking about submerging yourself in it and immersing yourself in it 24/7. If that sounds sexy to you, then we need to have a chat. We need to hop on a call. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you so very much for watching this episode of the Dr. Grant Show. You want to see more content? You want to see content that helps you get to your health goals and helps you stop binging, overeating, giving into food cravings? Then make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure you also activate receiving notifications, okay? All right, see you next week. Bye.